Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we'll be creating this cake with fondant vines and gum paste lace embossed butterflies. It's a good idea to begin with your butterflies, and that way they have ample time to harden and set so that you can apply them to the cake with ease. Take your gum paste and some cornstarch, roll it out to about 1 or so millimeters in thickness, so nice and thin. And then roll it onto a lace mold. This is my silicone lace mold. You can buy these online or at cake decorating specialty stores. I find that using my fingertip to sort of press it into those spaces works even better than the rolling pin. Once you have the pattern transferred onto your gum paste, take a plunger cutter and cut out little butterflies. I've also taken some gold colored gum paste and a smaller butterfly cutter, plunging it and also pressing to emboss the little pattern that comes with the cutter. You want to take some edible paint and a brush of some kind, something nice and wide, so that when you angle it nice and close to the table, it'll transfer onto the raised area but not touch the embossed section at the bottom. For the gold colored butterflies, I'm just taking the paint and dabbing it all over the surface. You want to make sure that these have the opportunity to dry folded. So I've taken some baking paper, folded it in half, and then creating like a fan shape. So folding in about 3 centimeters, turning it over, and then folding it over the top again, and then just repeating this process. This will give us a nice zigzag pattern to dry our butterflies in. When you pick up your butterflies, fold them in your hand first, and then line them up with that score line in the indent of our pattern. Pop them onto a tray and into an oven with the door left open. I have mine on keep warm with the fan on, and that way they dry out in about 2 or so hours. Build your cake, create that crumb coat, and then apply that final layer of frosting. My cake has already been stacked and crumb coated, so I'm just going straight on with the white buttercream. If you'd like to try out this buttercream, I will leave the recipe linked in the eye icon and also in the description box below. Fill in any empty spaces and then go around the cake one more time without stopping to create a nice, smooth finish. You can use a nice long spatula to remove that top lip of frosting, just swiping it towards the middle of the cake, and then refrigerating for at least 20 minutes to half an hour. Before I take it out of the fridge, I want my vines to be done, so you don't want them to dry too quickly, so you really just want to take it out maybe 10 minutes before you take out the cake. This is a pasta roller. I've made sure that it's at least on setting number 5, so it's medium thin. Then I'm taking the spaghetti attachment and running my gum paste through the spaghetti cutter. It's so satisfying to watch that cut. I just love it. From here, you want to transfer it into some Glad wrap so it doesn't dry out. Take about 6 or so strands and then bunch them together, twisting while you hold it on one end, and that way you have this kind of vine looking effect. Give it a pinch on either end to make sure that it's all secure in there and it won't come undone. And now you can take your cake out of the fridge and gently press your vines onto your buttercream. If they're not sticking, you can use a little bit of water kind of dabbed behind the vines, and that'll make it nice and sticky. The way that you arrange them onto your cake is totally up to the creator. You could go diagonally, starting from the bottom, working your way up, or you could have them all in rings instead, or just put them on randomly like I am here. I made sure to connect as much as I could the extra vines to where there's a meeting point between 2 previous ones, and that way I can hide it with a butterfly, and where it began and where it ended is covered, so it just looks like a seamless bunch of vines, if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense, just as I've done here. So I've taken the butterfly, added a bit of buttercream at the base, and then stuck it to where we want to hide those spaces in between the vines where they connect. If you'd like to make it a little bit more interesting, you can take a number 352 piping tip, add buttercream in there the same color as the vines, and add a few leaves here and there. And I've used avocado green and electric green mixed together to get this shade. And that's it. That's how you make a fun vine cake with butterflies. Super easy, really fun to do, and you can play around with the design that you can emboss onto your fondant. So I hope you guys give this a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can check out your awesome creations as well. Feel free to subscribe for more tutorials, and we'll catch you again in the next one.